So let's talk about the Wizard line first. I feel like our flagship in the Wizard line is this 125. This is the board down here at my windsurf center. It blows 5.0 regular windsurfing most days, so it's a pretty windy place. And the Wizard 125 is what I start most of our guests on. As long as they're not bigger than 90 kilograms, this is kind of the go-to intro board. It's big enough and wide enough in the tail, tons of volume in the tail, that you can uphaul and get straight into the foot straps and then pop up onto a foil from the foot straps. That's the big thing about foiling, is that we're all used to regular windsurfing where we have our feet quite far forward and start pumping and getting planing, and then once we're planing, we move back. On a foil board, it's only designed to lift with your feet back in the foot straps. So the second you start slogging and moving a little bit, you go right back into those foot straps and then pop up onto the foil from there. So it's got to be able to support that. The Wizard 125, if you're going to be using a 6.0, 6.5 or bigger on it a lot of the times, I would definitely go Wizard 125. If you're a bigger sailor, or if you're one of the sailors that kind of uphauls, gets going, hooks in, and kind of waits for that gust to pick them up and get them up onto a plane, this Wizard 125 is the board for you. The Wizard 105 is for more aggressive sailors. So if you can uphaul your 100-liter board, you can uphaul this 105. If you're used to aggressively pumping out of the harness onto a plane, the 105 is the board for you. A lot of the really good sailors in the gorge or down here, I'm like, just get the 105. That's all the board you're gonna need. For some of our riders who are in Florida where the wind is really light, the really skilled guys say that they can actually get the 105 up onto a plane, up onto a foil just as quick as the 125. It just takes a different technique. You need to start kind of normal windsurfing stance with the front foot further forward, back foot in between the front and back foot straps, pump the board up so it's kind of out of the, up on top of the water, then move back into the foot straps while you're still pumping and continue to pump from there up onto a foil. So if you're a lighter sailor, you're really good at uphauling a 90, 100-liter board, or you're just an aggressive pumper, then the 105, it's thinner, better for jumping, it's shorter, has that more direct to foil feel. The 105 is the way to go. If you're an aggressive pumper, you're still going to be able to get it up onto a foil in just about the same wind as the 125. It just takes more pumping technique and finesse. The Wizard 103, you may say, well, what's the difference between a 103 and a 105? That's ridiculous. The numbers are a bit misleading. The 103 is a foot shorter. It is significantly shorter than the 105. The Wizard 103 is for people who really aren't going to be uphauling. You're just going to water start most of the time. This really short, compact shape gives you an absolute direct foot to foil feel. You don't have any swing weight or sway coming from the nose. Just everything you do with the board transfers directly to that foil, and you kind of don't get overpowered by the length in the nose there. This is a favorite board of our designer, Tony Lagos. It pairs really well with the bigger wings. With the bigger wing, it gives you so much lift that it actually feels like a bigger board. It is not easy to uphaul. Can't lie to you there. I'm a really proficient uphauler. I can uphaul my 80-liter board, but I may not uphaul 100% of the time on this 103. I might fall in every now and then. Because you're going to have to learn to uphaul with both feet behind the mast track, it's definitely harder to uphaul. So the 103 is for kind of the advanced foiler who wants that crisp, absolutely direct to foil feel. They're going to be water starting most of the time, pretty much all the time. And they want a board that they can rip around when it's blowing 25, 30 and still feel totally comfortable on the foil without getting pushed around by a very big board. So there is a big difference between the 103 and the 105. Kind of once again, if it's your first foil board, you want to be able to go in really light winds and slog home no matter how dead the wind gets, and you think you're going to be using 6.0, 6.5, 7.0, 7.5 on it a lot, Wizard 125. If you think a 5.3 is the biggest sail you're going to be using on it, and you're an aggressive pumper, the Wizard 105 is the way to go. And then if you're really already into foiling, it's not your first foil board, but you want that absolute crisp, direct to foil feel, no swing weight, you want to be able to jump and not get pushed around, the 103 is the board for you.